A little Bordon unboxing. Another company, I'm not exactly sure how they say their name. Bordon. It's got a, well, let me fix my mic first of all. So you're in both ear holes. Bordon. I honestly don't know much about this brand. So let's do a quick little research of them. Bordon boots. Got a nice website. Check out their social media. 9,000 followers, so they're a pretty small brand then. It's not always a perfect judge of the size of a brand, but usually their social following is a decent indicator of their size. There's old Stridewise pulling a real cool position here. If you don't know who Stridewise is, go check out his channel. Does boots and shoes. He lives in New York. A lot more of the fashion side of things, more of the dress side of things. But he's a good time. We've made a few videos together, and I like Nick a lot. Okay, let's go to frequently asked. Oh, we got an about page. Nice. This project started 4 years ago. The main idea was to address the lack of sustainable footwear in the Colombian market by offering potential customers an excellent quality product at prices that were fully accessible for the target market. It wasn't easy at first, but we gradually made our way into this wonderful world. Customers began to recognize and understand why our shoes were manufactured in that specific technique, as well as why we chose the type of leather for the type of shoe that we were producing. We decided to move our production to Colombia due to COVID-19 and the European crisis. So we began designing our 100% made in Colombia collection. We don't want to stick to the traditional business model. We want to do things differently. Our primary goal should be to protect the environment and our artisans and our customers so that we can reduce our overall stock items and the retail business model at every stage of the manufacturing process. That's why we started buying the raw materials directly from the suppliers, from the leather to the thread, lowering our overall cost to produce cost of the production chain, lowering the retail cost to the final customer who gets pretty fresh pair of boots directly from the factory. Most people have no idea what these are and what they're for. These are your little false tongues, your kilties you see a lot of times in like heavy duty work boots, but they have a good functional reason and a couple aesthetic reasons why you might want to get a pair of these and protect your boots, because that's what it does. It protects your boot. It gives you an extra layer of leather over top of that tongue leather, because this tongue leather is usually a lot thinner, so it's malleable and it folds with you. But because there's eyelets and speed hooks backing it, a lot of times you can accidentally wear through the tongue before you wear through other parts of the boot. And because that tongue is sewn in all the way through here and has all those eyelets set in, it's almost impossible to fix that, and it's not cheap. So putting a kiltie in there as just an extra layer of protection. You have to wear through the kiltie to get to the tongue. It also prevents dirt and a bunch of junk getting to the inside of your boot. It takes up a little bit of room, makes it a little more rigid. But also, aesthetically, they just look really cool. You know, you can do anything, because we got a couple different versions. We got the fringe kilties for your more Western look, and the no-shows if you want that protection without a lot of that color and a lot of that pop. You want to be a little more discreet. We have anywhere from 10-inch, 8-inch, and 6-inch. We even have them in cordovan, because on occasion you buy a really, really nice $900 boot and you assume it's made to the super high quality, but then the eyelets are set really poorly and start wearing through your cordovan tongue. Just put a cordovan no-show kiltie in there. So if you need a pair of kilties, or if you just want your boots to look a little bit better, check out the links below. We have all those sizes and all those different colors. Protect your investment, make your boots look a little cooler, so check them out below. That's cool. Like an actual traditionally made, handmade brand that is caring about sustainability. Because we talked about, I just filmed it today, so it's on the top of my mind, but I just filmed the barefoot boot unboxing, and I was talking about how like a lot of the sustainable brands and a lot of people that care about supply chain and do all the things that I just read, the environment, all the artisans, all this stuff, they usually lean away from leather. It's really hard to find like a really eco-friendly brand that cares about leather and sustainability, because there's just a stigma out there. It's like, if it's animal, it's bad for the environment. It's not a byproduct, it's a co-product. You know, it's just like there's so much hatred out there for leather that I think a lot of the brands that care about the environment and sustainability are just like, ooh, let's stay away from that topic. We don't want like PETA coming after us. We don't want like the vegans coming after us. I'm like, don't worry, they have no protein in their system. You'll be fine. Don't stress it. And so I like when a brand does things traditionally and doesn't compromise on materials because of the environmental aspects of it. And because as you probably know from watching the channel, is like there's plenty of arguments to be made that leather's more sustainable than synthetic products. That leather's going to be overall sustainable, healthier for the environment, healthier for the consumer, healthier for the people making the boots. And so it's nice to see someone that's actually trying to improve that and make it real, because the thing that I like about this is that it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to sell more boots, because like I was saying, a lot of those eco-friendly boot and shoe companies are targeting eco-friendly people that like, they're just obsessed with that. That's like their main motivator in life. It's like, everything's gotta be eco-friendly, even if it's plastic, I'll just put it in a landfill in 3 months. It's gotta be eco-friendly. You know, it's like, most of those companies are directing their marketing towards that. They're making the products for that. They're making, everything's directed towards that because that's who responds to environmentally friendly, eco-friendly stuff. And so for a heritage, like, made boot, which leans a little bit more towards Americana, like ruggedness, old school traditional stuff. Like it's not always associated with sustainability, even though it should be. And so yeah, it's pretty cool. I did not know that was what Bordon was about until literally just reading that. Very cool. I like that. So let's see generally how much are their boots. How much do their boots cost? Let's go to their ready to ship boots. So kind of in that Truman price range, like, you know, 400, 450. And we're gonna cut some Trumans in October. It's finally time. People have been making up all sorts of grand conspiracies. I'm like, no, we just haven't done them. There's nothing more to it. Yeah, it looks like you're in that 380, 450 price range. That's a good price range too, because that's where you start to get more like people that can actually afford a really high quality boot, that can't afford the $600 to $700 Pacific Northwest American made boots. A lot of people that can't afford that will stretch to like a $450 boot. And like they're using cool leathers like Takono. Oh, this is reminding me. I think I actually remember what I requested from these guys, I think. Because I'm pretty sure I requested some Veg Tan. Ooh, it's Wicked and Craig Veg Tan on this model. Okay, I think it's good enough. I think we get kind of the gist, kind of get their product offering, some mix of some heritage and some tradition, or some more dressy stuff. So now I think it's time. Let's do the unboxing. Kind of set it up, know what the brand is, know what we might be getting, remembered what I ordered, or at least requested. So let's see if it's what I remember. What are we unboxing it with? This little Kershaw. This thing is fun. My nephews that came up to spend the weekend, because they're twins. One of my sister's oldest boys, they're twins, and for their birthday they wanted to come up and hang out with their cool uncles in Salt Lake, you know, because they're from down in central Utah. And I was showing them all the knives and stuff, and this was one of their favorites, just because it's so fast, and they're kind of scared of it, because like, oh my gosh. So if you want one of these, check it out. It's a Blade HQ exclusive. Blade HQ sends us a bunch of knives just to literally do this, to say like, oh, this is a cool knife, you should buy it. And we just get a bunch of cool knives to show you guys. So put links below. Ooh, orange, I like it. I like a little pop of color. Oh, another note. I love these notes. Guess I'll read it before you guys get to read it. Dear Weston, a big thanks for your support. We hope you love them. They are made with a lot of passion and love. Good things take time, and hope they were worth the wait. Please enjoy them, Andreas and Natalia. Nice, saving that for the nice notes folder. That's a pretty handsome little box. My brother, he's an bright orange fiend. He'd love this. Okay, pretty good presentation. Let's do it. I like that they use the duster bags for travel. It always surprises me when like handmade brands, they throw duster bags in there, but they don't put the boots in there for protection for transit. I'm like, seems like you got a really nice solution already baked into this problem that a lot of brands have. Okay, what's my guess? If I remember correctly, I ordered like a Veg Tan, I'm cheating, non-toe cap boot. Let's find out. Woo! Oh yeah, cool. I'm glad we got, oh, I totally forgot about this. This boot is actually so sick because this is like a little, like baby, like drifter boot. You know, because we did the drifter collaboration with Whites, and I like it because it's like a modern Western boot that you still lace up, that support for not just having cowboy boots on. You can ride in them, you can work in them, you can hike in them, and like it's 10 inches and a pretty big chunky heel. And like I've been wanting a little short version of that, and they potentially like thinking through the concept of what it would look to have like a little shorty drifter, because that's basically what this is. And I think that looks pretty freaking awesome. And clearly it's that Veg Tanned Leather. Wow, I can smell it from here. Dang. Okay, what is this boot? Let's find out. Oh, I'm so glad I got Veg Tanned. I haven't had like a true Veg Tanned boot in so long. That's cool. What is this? Do they have a name for it? we get to unsheath the other one. I like that. I like the leather sole, very like cowboy, very Western. Topless vibram, the brass tacks in the heel. Nice little profile, just a slight kind of Western style. Delicious veg tan. But I don't know what this boot is. Let me find out. Okay, so this is the Wanes Boot in natural. So this retails for $410. The leather is from Wicked and Craig, which I love Wicked and Craig. We use all of our wallets are made out of Wicked and Craig veg tan because I love Wicked and Craig. It smells nice. It's, in my opinion, the best veg tan in the US. It's really, really strong because it's veg tan. It shapes really well to whatever your cards or for your boots and stuff, how it shapes to your foot. It patinas like crazy. Like, this is such a natural leather too. Anytime you buy one of these boots, you have to anticipate just a little bit of scuff, a little bit of dye discoloration. You know, you can see just a little bit of blue right here, a little bit of blue there, a little bit of like some red. And it's because this is like taking a piece of white paper and trying to make a boot trying to make a boot with it. You know, like any amount of oil, any amount of like just chalk, any grease from any machine, anything that touches this leather, stain permanently. And that's part of the appeal. Like, you don't buy natural veg tan leather boots because you don't want them to stain. You buy them because you want them to stain. You want the patina, you want them to age, you want them to take on your own way of wearing boots, your own hobbies, your own ways of taking care of boots. Do you brush them every single day? Do you condition them weekly? Do you never touch them? Do you know, like, it's the blank slate. It is like, it's a blank piece of paper. But at the same time, it's like wrapping a piece of paper around a boot, trying not to get it to wrinkle. Because you can see we've got some like wrinkling in the toe, you know, got some discoloration here and there. But that's what you should expect. If you're expecting a pristine, perfect boot made of true veg tan, under $600, under $700, honestly under $1,000, you should expect some flaws, because that's what you're signing up for. And I freaking love them. Okay, so we got lining is premium aniline Italian calf leather. So it's just lined in the vamp, looks like. The insole and midsole is Colombian veg tan leather. It's got a half sock liner with some foam underneath. Feels like a full veg tan lasting board or insole. Ooh, even the actual half sock liner is bright orange. Oh, and it has the size. So these are 43 double E. Because I went with a wider last because I like a little wiggle room. And I also like when you can, like if it's a pointier boot, sometimes I'll go down half the size of what I usually do and I go up a width. So I reduce some of that toe length and maximize the width. Because I don't necessarily like pointy boots. The sole it's hide studded. It's hide commando, leather sole, half sole mini lug, half sole tri-gum. So those are the options. This is just a little Vibram top lift. Cork feeling, yes. Heel counter, leather. Shank, leather and steel. Fitting, European, and okay, so they even put a note on here. Your boots are 100% made with genuine leather. As a result, your boots may have cosmetic imperfections such as minor scratches and blemishes on the leather and non-uniform color throughout the boot. This is a natural material and natural finishing with an intention of appreciating wildlife and the animal had. What? Appreciating the wildlife the animal had. If I was them though, for any of these veg tans, I'm sure they've run into it. It's probably a nightmare when people are like, there's a little blue spot on my boots that are gonna be all scuffed up and dirty the first time I wear them. Like, okay, I get it. I get both sides. I understand. Expensive boots, you want to be flawless, but when you're making them out of this type of material, you gotta anticipate some flaws. In my opinion, people will disagree. That's fine, but that's how I view it from my perspective as a leather goods manufacturer, someone that works intimately with a lot of these brands, someone that's reviewed all these boots. That's my perspective on it, and I freaking love these. I love the full leather heel stack. I love that half sock liner, or half sole. What am I even getting at? The leather sole. I like the fact that it's half rubber and the leather sole, so you get the grip of the heel with the fun of the leather sole. You know, it's honestly worse than, like, for practicality reasons. That's why we put the little mini lug on the drifter, because these are cool and they feel cool and they're fun to like wear like a Western style, but they are slippery. And so for a little dressy boot, I like the idea of running at least one of my boots has a leather sole. And this is like a nice finish sole too. You can see how like the sheen it has on it. stitching going through it. I like that little pop of color through the midsole. That little, like, what would you even call that? Like just a midsole, I guess. And it has a true leather midsole, leather insole, stitched down construction, nailed heel. I don't see any synthetics anywhere. This boot is sick. So this will be a fun one to, I don't think we're well, if they fit, I'm not cutting them in half. I'm keeping these because I want a pair of Veg Tanned boots to actually like wear in and show you guys the patina and how they wear, because that's some of my favorite things to do with leather. You know, like just grabbing random boots around here. You know, the NDCs, I love these things because you like, that's the fun. You get to like experiment and how they wear and like how different leathers wear based off different conditions and different applications. And that's what I love so much about like the, I think I can tease this now. Like that same concept of that Veg Tan changing colors in the process, and the fact that to me, like the value of this kind of boot is it gets better with age. It looks better with age. And so leaning into that with Veg Tan, that's why like the Stitch Down's Patina Thunder Dome, you see a lot of Veg Tan because it's just a blank slate to work with. And that's why like with this, that's why with this blood core leather that we're doing in the Drifter 3s is so fun, because it's just same concept, but a little steroid injection, because it literally has like a red core that pops out, just like a nice reminder that it's the animal's flesh that you're using as a tool or whatever. So it's a nice reminder. It's a cool process to watch your leather age and show the scars that you had to earn in order to get that look, because it's unlike sneakers where, you know, a sneaker, it looks as good as it'll ever look the first time you put it on. With higher quality leather and leather in general, it just gets better and better looking with age. It gets more comfortable with age. It gets more custom fit. Like it just gets better and better with age, and then plateaus and slowly starts dropping off. And some would argue it just continues going up until you need a resole. But that's why it's so fun. That's why I love leather. That's why I love Veg Tan, and that's why I love the blood core leather, love Veg Tan, love Wicked and Craig. I love it all. So enough gabbing. Let's try it on because we're at 20 minutes already. Let me know what you guys like. Do you like the more long form rambly kind of videos, or do you like the more short and concise? You know, we're just trying to figure out how you guys consume this and what you guys want to see, because you know, these are just for fun. Like we're not making much on these, if anything, and so it's just cool to be able to show you guys some cool stuff and get your feedback on what you want to see, because there's really there's very low risk with this Rose Anvil 2. So let me know. Okay, let's try them on. I hope they fit. I'll be upset if they don't fit. Ooh, nice slow pop. Plenty of room. Yep, I'm glad I went with that extra wide width. The other thing to keep in mind too is I have to break in so many boots, and I have so many boots that are like half broken in. So I always lean towards doing a little bit more like wider lasts and wider widths, just so I don't have as much of a pain to breaking them in, because half these boots I'll never get broken. You know, they'll never fully get broken in because I just don't have enough time in my life to break in the boots that I have right now, let alone all the various collaborations we have in the future and everything else we have going on. Ooh, those soles are slippery though. Wow. Quick little trim of the laces. Yeah. Wow, those are so slippery. Yeah, there's no way I could wear these without the heel, that leather heel. That is good though. I don't think I even had to go at that wider width, to be honest with you, because my toe goes to about there. Yeah, about there. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I say that, but I think they're okay, especially for like what I'll use these boots for. Dang, these are good looking boots. I like this a lot. So, probably do like a 6-month update on these if you guys want to see it. Like if this video does well and there's some interest in it, then I'll wear them. You know, I'll wear them and see how they age, because I've always wanted a pair of Veg Tan boots to kind of just see how they age and show you guys the process and how different things affect Veg Tan differently than Chrome Tanned, because these boots are so sick. There's so much I like about them. You know, that kind of Western sole construction with a little bit of a brought in heel, the leather sole, and then like the veg tan on top, and it being short. It's a pretty sick little boot. I like this, and it's only like 400 bucks. Like if you bought this from the Pacific Northwest brands, it would be 650, 700 bucks. But keep in mind, these are made in Colombia versus the US, and there's always that US premium. But all the materials, it's a pretty killer deal for 400 bucks. And I'd like to see someone say that, like, justify how it's not, because this, for everything I see from the outside, this is a killer deal. Let me know if you want us to cut it in half. Let me know what other boots, like, you know, just kind of support this with whatever you want to see. You know, the better this video does, the more I'll wear these and do a long-term wear review and potentially cut them in half. I won't. I'll ask for another pair to cut in half. So if you want a pair of these, check them out via links in my description. I'll put links to like the blood core leather we mentioned, the NDCs, the Drifter 2s, anything else that we talked about. I'll put the links below. And thank you guys for watching these and supporting our handmade leather goods we make right here in the shop, where we got all the leather inspiration or information, education over the last 10 years since I started this business. Check out our collaborations like we talked about, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, just push that little button. You know, we only have like 70,000 subscribers, and so any little bit of help that you can do by liking, subscribing, leaving a semi-positive comment, it does more help than you can imagine, just because of how small Rose Anvil 2 is. So thank you guys. See ya. Oh, I love Veg Tanned.